Hello everybody, welcome to the ITL. Oh, let's talk about a little bit about just to help anybody that might come across this as I did last week. Last ITL, as I mentioned, I recorded twice. It all comes with the game, actually, in my eyes. It happens where we got to record it due to one thing or another. But I figure I might go ahead and help somebody out that might be dealing with the say lower end audio setups like I do. I mean, I like the lower end, some of the lower end audio setups, especially the one I use for the ITL. It's just, to me, it's outstanding compared to even some of the more expensive ones. But yeah. So let's go ahead and I'll explain to you why I had to record it. Actually, I mentioned last week that the audio is going in and out, in and out, in and out. And actually, if I would have paid attention, my receiver, which is in front of me below the camera, the green light was going in and out. That means that's just telling me it's getting connection to the transmitter pack, which is actually, I have right in my pocket here. The transmitter pack, which I had the transmitter pack actually put in my interior pocket, or my shirt pocket, breast pocket. And what I did wrong was I had my cell phone in hand, and I put it, because I use the cell phone to control the camera, and I put that in my breast pocket of my jacket, not thinking. It wasn't the actual phone per se. Well, it could have been partly of it, but I think it was mostly, you can't see it on my phone, but underneath the cover, there's actually a magnet in the back of the phone on the outer case. And my phone is metal cased, but there's a magnet there. And that magnet, I think, was messing with the RF signal that was going like in between the transmitter and receiver. That magnet is actually for my SUV on the dash. I got a dash mount for my cell phone. Now I can just pop it on and it sticks for me while I'm driving. If I would have been paying attention a little bit more, I would have been able to see that the green light was phasing in and out, and yeah, and that would have been remedied really easily. I don't have the knives on hand. I'll do that next week for you guys, for Matt actually, but and I apologize for that one. I just didn't think to grab them on the way out of the house, and there's no sense in me running in and out just to show. I mean, I can show them next week. We are scared into the garage. Why? Well, I just turned the heater off right before I turn the camera on. It is mighty chilly out. It is mighty chilly. Even right now, it's in the midday, and I mean, I was just looked at my thermometer, and it's low to mid 30s outside. I turned the heater on, my furnace, my torpedo heater on inside the garage here, and I had it up into the mid 50s in about 5 minutes in here. So I mean, it does really well. And if you're ever interested in seeing what I have, you can always ask down in the comment as far as the torpedo heater. I've actually have it in my older videos if you want to dig into it. To my videos to show it. I showed what I did to repair it. Because I got it at a yard sale, and it wasn't working quite like it should. Now it works perfect. It works perfect. Actually, for a multi-fueled torpedo heater, it works. I mean, it burns so clean, it's unreal in my eyes. I mean, I say that because I mean I do have two carbon monoxide detectors inside my garage working. I got one on each far wall. Just because I mean I had them for one thing. Another thing is if I'm in here working on, say, the bike and I have it running for one reason or another, or the SUV running, I don't want to get asphyxiated in my own garage. That's just a stupid move. Let alone they've never gone off with the torpedo heater going off. So I've ran it for hours, many hours out here at a time. So I mean I am safe out here with it. it works good. I mean, I think part of it is just my garage is so loosely. I mean, I can see daylight up in some of those spots for the eaves. It's just the way it's built. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just the way it is. In my garage doors, you can see behind me. I mean, it's not the strongest, most powerful, best, thickest garage doors either, just tin. So, I mean, yeah, I have air leaks. I have air leaks. But it's not bad enough where I can't get the place warmed up, and it stays pretty warm once you get it warmed up. I mean, the heater doesn't run constantly. It'll kick on and off through the day. I do want to cover up some of these windows that I have, though. They're junk, single pane, freaking windows that are just going to they're just going to say, I'm going to say goodbye to from the inside. I don't care if they're out, you see them on the outside or not. I'm just going to fill them in, come up with whatever, and fill them in, make it a little more energy efficient in here, a little bit more. That, and they don't give me a whole lot of light anyway, to be honest with you. I could do better with just putting glass block in. I decided not to go with that route. I'm going to do the cheap route. Heck, I own a KLR. I'm just going to cover them over and just forget about them. That way I'll insulate, throw it in there, use what I have, and I'll be done. It's just a garage. It is just a garage, guys. And okay, let's go on with something that I have discovered. Actually, I discovered it Tuesday. You know, there wasn't a Tuesday ride. It's because it was just so rainy and nasty and cold out this Tuesday, and I'm not pushing my hip. I'm not. The muscles tensed in on me so bad, stiffened up on me so bad, I could barely drive the SUV, let alone ride the bike. So I'm like, no, it ain't happening. I got to take care of myself. But I did, while I was waiting in the SUV, I did experiment with something. And it comes down to this. Yes, my cell phone yet again in this video. If you don't have, for my new subscribers that don't know what cell phone I have, this is actually a Blue, BLU, this is the company, and this is the Studio Selfie 3. And I've never had a cell phone in the past that turned into a Wi-Fi hotspot until this one. And I know they've been out for quite a long time. That's cool and dandy. I've never dealt with one before. So, but my tablet that I like to use, because I got big fingers with a little cell phone, it don't work too well. But I like to use my tablet a lot, and it's more powerful than my cell phone anyway. It doesn't have cellular service, so what I ended up doing Tuesday was I used my cellular service through my cell phone, turned into a Wi-Fi hotspot, and used my tablet to message and do a little bit of the work I wanted to do on it. And it worked out beautiful. It worked out beautiful. It does eat through the data on it, but I mean, it's there to be used in my eyes, and it gives me basically an incentive to maybe look for unlimited data plan for it. But I mean, even then at that, I mean, my tablet doesn't have a what you call a really strong Wi-Fi device built into it. It is kind of weak. So if I even went somewhere that had Wi-Fi and it was a little weak where I was at, I found out that I started thinking, what can I use as a repeater? Can I use this as a repeater, basically? Go to use the Wi-Fi and have a Wi-Fi hotspot. No, this can't do that. But what I did find out it could do is it'll hook into the Wi-Fi, and it'll actually, I can hook into my tablet, with my tablet hook into this via Bluetooth, then go on the internet and do whatever I want, and it'll share the internet that way. A little bit slower than straight Wi-Fi, but I mean, it's very, very usable. I was very, very surprised on that one. So I mean, it can be done. It can be done. So I mean, I'm learning more about my cell phone after I've owned it for what, 8 months, 9 months now. and maybe a little bit longer. Yeah, but it's cool. It is cool just to learn about new things and use your old stuff. I was saying about. Um, but yeah, it is what it is. It really, it just does the job. That's the best way that I can put it. That's the best way to put it. It's a workaround. Do I want a tablet? Ever want a tablet that has Wi-Fi? I mean, the cellular service? Not really. It's not really something that I use all the time with my tablet. As long as I have a Wi-Fi hotspot, why should I worry? A Wi-Fi spot, why should I worry about it? Type thing. And I mean, I have it in my. I can turn my cell phone into a hotspot to use my data plan, or I can just use it as a jumper to basically a repeater that repeats it through the Bluetooth, and it works for me. That is so basically to go back over. What it does is I hook this into the Wi-Fi, my cell phone into the Wi-Fi, set up the Bluetooth for Bluetooth sharing, and my tablet will share the Wi-Fi through this using Bluetooth. And I mean, like I said, it works good or very well. The weather, like I said before, it is going south on us. Winter's starting to creep in on us. Actually, I can start seeing my breath a little bit now that it's lost enough heat out here. I mean, I've only had up to the mid to low 50s. It is starting to creep down to high 40s. So it's not that bad, just enough to be able to see my breath a teeny bit. I hope you all had a great week. I had a decent week. It slowed down enough for me. Just putzing around, doing the best I can. As I mean, the road goes on as far as the healing part, and taking it as things come along. This MuzzleMike. Hoping you all have a great week. Signing out.